I'm Ryan Iverson, and this is the Investor Breakout Weekly Insight. Let's talk about what happened this week. Fears about Venezuela flooding the oil market are back in focus. But Canada's Prime Minister says domestic producers have little to worry about. Mark Carney downplayed concerns that U.S. plans to ramp up Venezuelan oil production would hurt Canada's energy sector, even if control of Venezuela's vast reserves shifts under a new government. Venezuela holds the world's largest oil reserves, and its heavy crude is similar to Canadian oil sands. But Carney says Canadian oil remains competitive because it is low risk, increasingly low cost, and seeing falling emissions thanks to carbon capture. He also pointed to new pipeline plans to the West Coast, which would open up an additional export and strengthen Canada's position over the medium and long term. The reality is that Venezuela's oil industry has been hollowed out for decades. Production has fallen to under 1 million barrels per day from more than 3 million in the 1990s, and rebuilding it could take years and tens of billions of dollars. Even a modest recovery could move markets, but Carney's message is clear. Canada's energy sector is built for stability, not shocks. For investors, the takeaway is simple. Geopolitics can shift headlines fast, but competitiveness, infrastructure, and execution still matter most in the long run. Silver is back in the spotlight. Prices are once again nearing all-time highs, and volatility is telling a bigger story. Silver is trading around $80 US, up more than 5% this week, after falling from a record high above 83. The rebound is being driven by two powerful forces: tighter supply and rising global uncertainty. China, one of the world's largest silver producers, has imposed new export restrictions, limiting shipments to just 44 approved companies. Analysts say the move could tighten global supply and push prices higher, especially as silver is critical for EVs, AI data centers, and other industrial uses. Geopolitics are adding fuel. The US capture of Venezuela's president has reignited safe haven demand, sending investors back into precious metals. Broader tensions, including disputes between the US and Europe, are amplifying that risk-off mindset. This surge caps a historic run. Silver jumped roughly 150% last year, powered by tech demand, global uncertainty, and falling interest rates. Even after recent pullbacks tied to higher margin requirements, demand continues to outpace supply. For investors, silver is no longer just a precious metal. It's a pressure point where technology, geopolitics, and monetary policy all collide. The question now is whether this rally has more room to run or volatility is just getting started. CEM is kicking off 2026 in a big way. From January 16th to 18th, we're heading to the Bahamas for our first capital event of the year, and we couldn't be more excited. More than 70 companies will be there, spanning 13 different sectors, from mining and technology to life sciences and healthcare, and clean tech and energy, making this one of our most diverse events yet. It's 3 days of growth, innovation, and direct access to the stories shaping the next market cycle. We'll see you in the Bahamas, and if you can't make it, make sure you're subscribed. We'll bring the insights back to you. I'm Ryan Iverson, and we'll see you next week.